Boxing truth here. Man, I'm about to go in on your boy, dog. Maybe he is little G after all. A lot of reports out there. Dan Rafael, I believe, was the one that broke the news. So there could be some substance added to it. But it seems that your boy, Lil G, is content with fighting some unknown, unranked Mexican bum on pay-per-view. Some little bitty boy named Jamie Moniga of Mexico, 28-0, 24 KOs. Nice little record, but here's the problem. Never fought outside of Mexico. Never fought as a middleweight. Not one middleweight bout. As recently as 11 months ago, fought at welterweight. So, this is a gross cherry pick, gross mismatch if this is the plan that comes to fruition. And this right here, if this fight actually comes to fruition, it's further proof that your boy didn't want no smoke with Canelo Alvarez, and that what Canelo Alvarez said in that press conference the other day is true, that Golovkin is scared to fight him. And that's why he threw that bitch tantrum, which, believe it or not, had an influence in the commission's decision to temporarily suspend him and most likely extend the suspension, protecting Golovkin from an ass whooping on May 5th. Now I'm hearing there's talks of Billy Joe Saunders for somewhere down the line in September. So the creative duck is being put into place by Golovkin. But go ahead, Triple G. Go ahead and duck Canelo and fight Billy Joe Saunders and watch Billy Joe Saunders slap you around for 12 rounds. That's right. If Golovkin fights Billy Joe in September, I pick Billy Joe Saunders for the upset, because it's about timing in boxing. And right now, if Saunders performs like he did against Lemieux, he's gonna be a nightmare, a nightmarish style for Golovkin. And I know you Golovkin fans are in denial, don't want to admit that your boy's on the decline, that he's seen better days. But if your boy can't even catch Jacobs within 12 rounds, he ain't gonna be able to catch Billy Joe Saunders. Not that version that fought David Lemieux. Too quick, too fast, too fleet-footed, and too tough. He won't be able to catch him. He won't be able to knock him out. So go ahead, make up your mind, Triple G. Fight this Mexican unknown guy as a safe fight, and decide whether you're gonna swerve Canelo or not in September. Either you're gonna get knocked the fuck out by Canelo in September, or you're gonna get slapped around for 12 rounds and outboxed by Billy Joe Saunders in September. It's up to you. Obviously, the financials makes it a much easier decision, but you was offered to fight Billy Joe in June. You turned it down for all the marbles. You always talk about being undisputed, but you haven't really showed much interest in fighting, much initiative in fighting Billy Joe Saunders. He said he was nothing last year, and now you got a chance to unify in June, but you turned it down. I'm not gonna knock you for turning it down in June. I understand that you want to fight in May. You've been in training, you're ready to go, but there are other suitable replacement opponents out there, dog. I mean, this is making your fans look pretty bad, making your fans look like actual chumps. I mean, why are they even gonna defend you, man? You threw that bitch tantrum, the fight gets canceled, and now you're gonna reward him with this ultimate gross cherry pick against Jamie Moniga? I mean, what kind of shit is that? How can any Golovkin fanboy defend this crap? Dude's not even a middleweight. Never fought a 12-rounder. I've seen some footage of the kid. He's a little bitty boy, man, 21 years old. Just because he's Mexican, the organizers of this event actually think this is going to actually move the needle? You're going to need a much more recognized name. The Spike O'Sullivan fight, I wasn't even feeling that fight either. I mean, that dude got slapped around by Chris Eubank Jr. and Billy Joe Saunders when they were British level. They weren't even world level fighters yet. So I wasn't feeling that fight either, but at least O'Sullivan, people know who he is. He's been on HBO, he speaks English, and he's an interesting guy. So he would have been an acceptable opponent at least, compared to this unknown Mexican guy who's a young kid but never fought as a middleweight. Demetrius Andrade is calling you out. That would be decent. He's an American, southpaw, speaks well. He can be a marketable B-side. Derevyanchenko is a more suitable opponent as well, but he's not marketable, so I understand that. But Andrade is a lot more marketable. O'Sullivan is a more acceptable fight. But this Moniga kid, I mean, this is bullshit. The sanctioning bodies should put their foot down. They should penalize Golovkin, not even sanction this, because it's bullshit. He's unknown, he's unranked, and he's irrelevant. And Golovkin shouldn't be cherry picking this dude and actually have the audacity to charge the public, as this is most likely still going to be a pay-per-view. So hopefully this is a rumor that this actual fight is going to take place, because it is fucking laughable and it's making Golovkin look like a little chump right now. That he's actually scared to death of fighting Canelo Alvarez, which is why he threw that bitch tantrum, which influenced the commission in canceling the fight. So let's look at this Jaime Moniga cat. Let's see what he got. Let's see what he's about. There's no argument. There shouldn't be any argument at all that he was just because he's Mexican is actually gonna produce any pay-per-view buys. That is bullshit. Be lucky to get 10K with this fucking showcase. Let's see what he got. This is one of his most recent fights. This is a guy he fought twice. This is the rematch. He beat him by decision. So this is a fight he had not too long ago, very recently. He's been active. He's fought a lot in the last year, but it's a tailor-made opponent, man. Stands right in front of you. Stands right in the pocket. I mean, he's got some talent. I mean, he's got a good left hook. He throws punches. He's fresh. He's young. But he's not a middleweight. Never fought any world-class middleweights. Never been 12 rounds. Doesn't have the seasoning. Has never fought any seasoned veterans. And he's fighting some out-of-shape Mexican cab driver right now. So how am I supposed to be excited about this? It'll probably be a good action fight for a few rounds, but then Golovkin's jab's going to eat him up. Right there to be hit. Right there to be taken. He'll throw some shots, but man, this is some bullshit right here, man. This fight should not be happening. Hopefully it's just a rumor, but, you know, the fat man reported it, so there could be some serious substance behind it. I don't understand why they're going to choose this guy. There's a month left to go before the event. They're going to give an opponent 4 weeks notice. Andre's been in the gym training, looking for a fight. They've been unable to get to an agreement with Derevyanchenko's team. So he's waiting for a fight, waiting for his shot. Derevyanchenko said he's ready. O'Sullivan said he's ready. But he's going to contemplate fighting some Mexican welterweight instead. I mean, tailor-made guy. Golovkin won't have to look for him. Won't have to chase him down. Unless, you know, Moniga's going to be backpedaling if this fight actually occurs. I mean, it's a bullshit fight, man. And to actually charge a public pay-per-view for this, might as well just put this shit back on regular HBO. But, you know, this is what you guys get, man. For pushing for this fight to be canceled, for fucking acting so defensive when Canelo tested positive. I mean, this fight will still be going ahead right now if it wasn't for the Vegas Commission. If this fight was in California, if this fight was in New York, if this fight was in Texas, if this fight was anywhere else around the world, Canelo Triple G2 will be happening. But because Vegas is being so soft right now, they're not allowing Canelo to fight Triple G. They're protecting him from an ass whooping. I'm telling you. And now Golovkin's talking about Billy Joe Saunders in September, which further illustrates the argument that Canelo was saying in that press conference, that Golovkin is scared to fight him. This choice of opponent and him trying to swerve Canelo for September really adds fuel to the fire to that argument. Your boy ain't looking so good, man. Not showing much confidence. Trying to take on the least dangerous opponent possible when there's still 4 weeks notice ahead until the scheduled event. He's been training. He's been in camp. He should be ready to go. He should be ready to take on any middleweight in the world. I mean, give me Dandrade. Give me something decent. O'Sullivan, I didn't like the fight, but I would have accepted it. Moniga, oh man, this is unbelievable. But, you know, this is what you guys wanted. A lot of you Triple G fangirls, y'all wanted this fight to be canceled, thinking that your boy was going to fight some top-notch opponent, thinking that he was going to unify with Billy Joe Saunders. Well, there you go. This is what you get. Now see if you actually buy this pay-per-view. Good luck on this pay-per-view, Tom. Be lucky to do 10K buys. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.